All rise.
Good. You may be seated.
Good morning, Honorable Judge.
Hello.
Hello, hello.
Plaintiff.
I'm fine. Thank you, Your Honor, for this chance. Your Honor, this is the session 001 of July 2021, and this is a case between Daniel Wambugu versus Caleb Momanyi, and as filed by the plaintiff, Mr. Daniel, here points at Daniel his use the defendant, Mr. Caleb, of denying him access to his properties, grabbing his lands, and falsely claiming his late father's properties. He goes ahead to claim that Mr. Caleb has continuously tried to murder him, and even though he has been able to escape the attempt on his life before, he fears that should they continue, one day he will not be so lucky. He therefore comes to this court today seeking justice and asks the court to grant him access to his properties, to evacuate Mr. Caleb from his alleged late father's properties, and to help stop the multiple threats to his life and family. And that's all, Your Honor.
Thank you, bailiff. Good day, court.
Good day, Your Honor. Judge.
So, you brothers?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Daniel Wambugu, the way you have heard. And today I came here to seek justice because...
Kindly tell the court, you related as brothers? You shared a father?
Yeah.
You shared a father?
Yeah.
Okay. Good to know that.
So, first to begin with, I run a restaurant at the Nairobi CBD.
Yes.
And with the help of 5 employees.
Okay. Tell us more about you. You shared a father. Tell us, are you from the first family or the deputy wife or assistant wife? Or let me know. First of all, answer me my questions. Your brothers, you shared a father.
Yes, yes, yes.
So kati yenu nyumba kubwa ni gani? Who was from the first wife? Because I can see what we like here. You from different mothers, yeah? But
yeah.
same father.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So nyumba kubwa ni yako ni nyumba ni which side?
I am from the first family.
Oh, you're from the first family.
Yeah.
Then your mother was
Yes, yes.
the second wife. Okay. Yes. Much respect. That's okay. Yeah. So and now he's the one who's denying you land.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually,
Is there any other property involved or is it just this one piece of land?
the piece of land and some properties.
And some properties. Was there any letter of administration like a will or anything?
Yeah, there was a will.
There was a will.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. Do you have a copy of the will by any chance?
Yeah,
Do you have it here in the court?
not really.
No. These are the failures we always tell you people don't do. Anything concerning this case, mngebeba hata kitambulisho ya mzee atakuwa yuko. But anyway, we'll see where we get with it. It's all good. So, yes, so you're from the big family. Tell me more about yourself. So, baba mliishi naye siku zote?
Actually, mimi wakati nilikuwa nimezaliwa, mzae alikuwa amenitupa.
Cha kutupa vipi?
I was thrown into the streets. Before
When you say thrown in the streets, they concluded with your mother, let's throw this kid in the streets, or mliwachoe na mamako?
waliniacha.
Wote?
Yeah.
Hey. Your rejection imeanza mapema. Okay, sorry about that. So, and how did you grow up and how did you end up to be the respectful man who I see in the court today?
I was picked by some people.
Some good wishes.
Huh?
Some good wishes?
Yeah. Who raised me as their own.
Okay.
And this case, it began 23 years ago when...
Wait a minute. So you picked by another family, a foster family, let's call them a foster family. And they raise you.
Yeah.
At what time did you realize that you have a family that you can follow up with?
I realized when I was in my 20s.
In your 20s?
Yeah.
And how did you get to know?
Ulijuaje
baba yako kama ukajua ile ni familia yangu?
Actually, wakati nilikuwa naishi na hao wazazi wenye walinilea.
Was your mother still living with your father?
Yes.
And they threw you in the streets?
Yeah.
It's not making sense, but okay. Why were you thrown in the streets, or how? How old were you when you found yourself in the streets, if you can remember?
If I can remember, I was thrown because my parents, they didn't have money or ways to.
Yani siku hizi maskini ukizidi mtupa watoto.
Yes.
That's sad. Anyway, okay.
As I was saying, this issue began 23 years ago when I was born to Mr. Jacob Momanyi and Mrs. Sarah Momanyi. And in fact...
Wait. Ukona
Hey, order, please. Order, you'll have your time to talk. Wacha kumuuliza, jue tayari nishaanza kuona nikae ndio kuna shida. Let's listen to him, then we'll get to you. Just finish up, summarize it, and then it looks like he's getting impatient.
So, after being born in the family, these people...
And you were the firstborn?
Yeah. So, I was thrown away in the street because my parents, they were not financially stable. So,
but they were not living together. They were in a relation, but they were not living together.
They were living together, actually.
But still, they let you go in the streets?
Yes. So the well-wishers picked me and raised me as their own. So I came to realize this when I was in my 20s, when these people decided to tell me whatever is going on.
Oh, they knew your family?
Yes.
Okay. And that's how you went back to your family. Did you ever meet your father before he passed on?
Yes.
Okay. Did you have a relation with him?
Yeah.
Did he acknowledge you as his son?
At some point even...
Does the birth certificate identify him as a father?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a copy of that today?
Actually,
these are the short things, the shortcomings you people bring to court, and I'm not an angel, neither a God to know what you should have come with your father's identity card. That's what I was talking about. A copy of your birth certificate and a copy of your identity card, so as to prove he's your biological father. But good to know. That's a little background of you. And now, Mr. Impatient, I got you.
Yes. Thank you, Your Honor.
Talk to me.
Okay, I go by the name Caleb Momanyi, as you've heard. And I can say that...
I didn't only hear it. I have it written here. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Your Honor, Momanyi here is my father. So, mimi story yake hata sijui ilitokea wapi.
Story yake ilitokea madhake na budako.
Madhake na budangu? Okay, mimi madhake mimi simjui.
Kwani ulikuwa baba alikuwa anamwambia kule menda?
Siwezi sema kwa sababu mimi nilikuwa mtoto.
Basi hauna haki kusema ati. Did you know him before your father passed on?
Mimi hata simjui, sijui hata ametokea wapi huyu.
Excuse me, do you know you're under oath? Please don't be lying. If you met him before your father passed on, by any chance introduced, that kuambia ni brother yako. Did you meet him before your father passed on?
Yes.
At what point? Mlikutana wapi? Kwa kampuni, kwa barabara, nyumbani, mlikutana wapi?
Actually, wakati Willy ilikuwa ikisomwa, alikuwa.
Nilikuwa nimeuliza babako akiwa bado yuko uhai.
Yes.
Sikusema kama Willy kisomwa.
Yes.
So you met him when your father was still alive?
Yes.
What was your father doing as a living? As for a living?
My father, he was a businessman.
He was a businessman.
Alikuwa na mali mingi sana na many companies.
Na bado hutaki kupatiana hata kidogo?
Mbona nipatie mtu sijui?
Na mbona upatie mtu babako alizaa?
Yona, unajua you can give something kwa mtu mwenye unajua ama mshaipatana.
Atupatiangi mtu tunajua, hata hakuna haja kumjua. As long as kutakuwa na some justice, yani some just prove that he's a member of your family, then I think, well, we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's look for the bridge when we get to the river. For now, but tuko kwa desert, let's keep walking the sand. Yes, so talk to me.
Sasa na the reason he amesema ati sijui he was Mr. and Miss Momanyi wa parents. Mimi kwanza naona ni kama kuna kicha akili yake ni kama
Order, please. We are not talking about his mental health or anything about him. We are talking about this case. Please focus on the case.
Okay, Your Honor.
Don't try to insult him or put him down. Please, let's keep to what will make us have a good reasoning to make decisions.
Okay, Your Honor. I can say my father is the person that...
First of all, so your father and your mother were married and lived together?
Yes.
How many other siblings do you have? How many siblings do you have?
I was alone, Your Honor.
You're born alone?
Yes.
No wonder you're this greedy. It's understandable. So you're born the only child in the family?
Yes, Your Honor.
You don't share a mother?
Yeah, we don't share a mother.
Your mother was a different case altogether?
Yeah.
And you have marriage certificates of your father and your mother?
Yes.
Do you have them with you in court today?
Oh, today.
Muliagana mwache documents zote za maana. Okay. You don't have the copy of the will as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hauna?
Yes.
Niirisha hii kesi ama itakuwa namna gani?
Your Honor, that is the reason as to why I was saying alikuwa na kierere sana.
Oda, sasa wewe kazi yako tu ni kumbashi, lakini hausemi kitu yote inakusaidia. Kierere yake ni gani, bueleza?
There's no reason you can come to court na hata haujafuatilia everything in detail kitu liliendelea. The reason as to why
sasa wewe mwenye
umefuatilia hizo certificate.
Oda. Wewe mwenye umefuatilia uko na nini? Uko na document gani ya kuprove?
Documents niko nazo, Your Honor.
Letter.
Sasa
bailiff nipatie document hapo.
Sina sahihi, ndio maana nisema kuna kierere.
Hizo zingine hata mimi ninazo hizo zako. Please. Wewe ndio una kierere, maana yake you don't have documents. In this court we talk about documents which you table here for everybody to see. We read them and see what they say. But telling me we have documents, hata mimi niko na title deed ya shamba huko binguni. Mungu alinitumia. Yes. Talk to me, I'm listening. You were impatient when he was talking. Now I want to hear from you.
Okay, I can say, Your Honor.
Yes. Is your mother still alive?
My mother?
Yes.
No. Unfortunately,
so they passed on.
All of them, my parents died. My mother died 6 years ago, and my father died with a constant attack of high blood pressure last year, February. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Ulijua kifo cha mzee?
Hapana.
Hukujua kifo cha mzee?
Mzee alikuwa amekufa before sasa tukue na hizi vitu.
Of course, si mnapigania mali yake, angamge pigania kayuko. Ndio nauliza, ulikuwa unajua mzee, ulijua kifo cha mzee? Did you know, like, know your father was suffering from high blood pressure?
Yes.
Okay. Ulikuwa kwa mazishi yake?
Actually kwa mazishi ilipatakana nilikuwa kwingine.
Kwingine ni wapi?
No.
Were you out of the country ama kwingine ni wapi?
Nilikuwa other business, nilikuja later.
Other business, please. These are court of law. Give us precise information. Kwingine can be anywhere.
Nilikuwa mabiashara zangu.
Wapi? Na babako amekufa.
I ran a restaurant.
So and you didn't have time to follow up. Ulijua babako alikuwa na blood pressure. Umejua amekufa, lakini hukwenda matanga yake.
Matanga ndio sikuwa. Nilikuja baadaye after kuzikwa.
And you live in the same town?
No.
Which town do you reside?
Actually mimi nimekuwa Nairobi, lakini mzae amekuwa Ushago.
Mbona wakaa kijana Nairobi wewe?
Mimi pia ni mtu wa Nairobi, lakini nilikuwa naenda kuona babangu pia.
Nyumbani?
Sababu ako na business.
Did your father remarry after the death of your mother?
No.
So he didn't remarry. Na alikuwa anaishi na nani nyumbani?
Kwa nyumba alikuwa tu peke yake, na sababu alikuwa na biashara, singekaa hapo kama mwanaume.
Si ati kukaa hapo kama mwanaume. Mungu mtafutie mtu wa kumkalisha.
Yaona, najua alikuwa...
No, you guys killed your father. When you see old men get lonely, you find them company. Anyway, that's not the case. That is just like I mentioned to you people, mkiona tumezeeka mnatuletea company. It's hard to be alone. Okay, please endelea. Do you have anything else to say, or we can start with the case now? I just wanted to have a little flashback of who you are and how you come to be here.
I'm good, Your Honor.
No, you're good. Okay, good. So you realize your father is dead. Did the will put you in the picture like you were entitled to anything?
Yes. Kwa will ili indicate tulipata venye mali yenye babangu alikuwa nayo, alikuwa ameniweka ndani kabla kufe. alikuwa ameandika details zote. Because
please, I hope your father wrote a will with the guidance of a counselor as a lawyer. So huwezi sema tu babako alikuweka ndani. Unaweza sema my dad had property, but I won't tell all the property. Lakini this piece of land and this property niliwabikuthiwa.
Actually, kuna piece yenye alisema ni zangu and some of the shares of the business he had. Zilikuwa zangu na plot zingine.
Na akaandika.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ali indicate every detail. So wakati will kisomwa,
will ilisomwa wapi?
Si wakati will ilikuwa kisoma tukiwa kwa nini kwa ofisi ya lawyer. Tukiwa
kijana, nikuuliza will ilisomewa wapi? Unasema precise place. Unasema will ilisomewa mali inaitwa Lavington kwa ofisi ya lawyer. Unajua?
Ili kwa ofisi ya lawyer.
Mali town.
Yeah. Within the town.
Okay.
So wakati kisomwa, huyu hapa ndiye alikuwa akianza kuficha hizo document na alikuwa akiniambia mimi
wait, atafichaje document na will wanga imeholdiwa na nani na ofisi ya lawyer?
Nasema wakati alikuwa amegundua history yote after kusoma hizi vitu zote. Yeye ndio mwenyewe.
Lakini will kisomo ulikuwa hapo. Did you get a will of a copy of the will to go and look at it yourself?
Yes.
And you don't have it in court today?
Yeah, nilikuwa nimeacha.
Neither do you. Okay. Excuse me. Yes.
So venye alikuja baadaye after hii will kusomewa ndio akaanza mimi mwenyewe akaanza kunitishia. Akiniambia mimi mwenyewe sitazipata. Juu nikaa ni jui. Juu yeye ndiye anaona nikaa yeye ndio the only son.
But you people almost look like age mates. I don't know. I'm also trying. I'm not disputing whether you are brothers or anything. I'm just thinking, your father dropped you in the street because he could not maintain you, and then he goes and makes another baby quite fast. Anyway, yeah. So, will you appear in the name by the name, and your father acknowledges you as his son? And he puts you there, and you have. Afadhali mngekuwa na hii will, it would have made things so easy. So, who was put as an administrator of the will? Nalipewa authority ya will to administer your property.
Your Honor, it was me.
It was you.
Yes.
You are the signatory to everything.
Yes.
He didn't put him as a second or anything.
No, that's why unasikia kisema ati nilimtishia. Okay, I don't deny I did that. But this man here was an imposter.
Goja.
Imposter ni wewe.
Nikisema goja hata ugoje. Sasa kwa tumesema kuna tumesema order. Sikusema kuna kitu unasema, nimesema kuna kitu umesema, and I wish to acknowledge. I like the way you've acknowledge ulitishia brother yako, but that's a crime. Don't be very proud of it, okay? Kutishia mtu whatever the reason is a crime. And we don't want to start putting people like you in jail. This country needs strong men like you. Tunataka muwe produce like, a productive life. Unajua endelesha biashara za babako. But you are the administrator.
Yes, Your Honor.
Since I want to see a copy of that will, I want you to tell the truth. Does your brother's name appear?
Sema ukweli.
Fortunately, Your Honor, jina yake inatokea. Babangu sijui hata alimkumbuka aje. Hata hiyo.
Kwani wewe huwezi kumbuka mtoto wako?
Order.
Unawezaje tupa mtu alafu akumbuke? Unatupa takataka alafu ipatikane.
Order. Tusitumie dirty language. Is your brother at the end of the day? It's just a sense of greed disturbing you. Is your brother, or you are related, or he's a human being. Sawa, you wote ni wanadamu. So, you acknowledge, you agree that your brother appears in the will?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and the property is claiming were bequeathed.
The property, yes. babangu, all I can remember is my dad, everything that he owned alikuwa meka under my name. But siku ya will bado niko na pia jina yake imetokea. That's why nasema babangu hajawahi nielezea kumuhusu totally. But again anasema babangu amewahi mwambia kunihusu.
Young man, is your mother still around?
Yeah.
Oh, so your mother, you have a mother at least. You lost both mother, dad and mom, eh?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and is your mom in court today? No. Did any one of you come with a relative, maybe an uncle or anything?
No, Your Honor.
None. A friend or anything, somebody who can stand and tell us a little more about the whole scenario?
No.
Okay. Okay, and apart from not liking him because you didn't know him, and your father having acknowledged him as a son, na akamweka kwa will, what other evidence do you hold kumkataza kuwa beneficial wa nini? Benefit wa property ya babako?
Your Honor, as I can say, vile tu nilisema mimi simjui na sijui alitokea wapi. So kama babangu angekuwa na proof ya kuniambia kuna huyu mwenye ako hapa and related to me, at least mimi ningeweza kumpatia mali kidogo. Na you know, I understand, my friend, I understand that the pandemic imekusumbua, business zenu zimenini, mayai zimeoza, watu hawezi nunua. Lakini
kwani wewe unafanya kazi kwa biashara?
The bang on the gravel doesn't mean you talk. It means let's have some silence because I need to say something. Your father was not obligated to tell you anything about where he was before you were born.
My father
or
didn't.
what he went through. His property, okay, with whoever he wants. And even if he didn't, and there's proof, either by DNA or even relatives and a birth certificate, to prove that he was a son, he still has a right to come and claim a right of that share. He has a share. Might be small, big, but still he has a right.
Yona, unajua hata mtu.
Babako ndiye alifanya kazi. Hii ni mali yake, amegawa.
Si yako.
Iko wapi?
Yona, unajua.
Jamaa. Sina haja na support. Please, I'm happy. I can handle it.
Yona, unajua mtu hata mtu kama huwezi jua babake, kama kuna pesa utaona tu kwa damu, unaona? Lakini sasa mtu kama anakosa pesa kidogo, mayai zikioza anaanza kulia.
Hizi mayai mlikuwa nazo zikaoza wapi?
Hata mimi nashangaa.
Sio yake, Yona, hana pesa, angeniambia.
Umeingia kwa mfuko yangu
wewe sasa una pesa na pesa ni ya kuangukia, ni babako Mungu akabariki akakuwa na mali. Did you ever sweat a day making money?
Huyu hata hizi toa jasho.
At least he has a restaurant, he's trying to do something. What do you do in Nairobi that you say your father was up country?
You know, I run his businesses.
You run your father's businesses?
Yes.
Well, I have no problem. That means you still try to be productive. But at least you ulipata stairs zimejengwa, kupanda ngazi haikuwa ngumu kwako. Ulolo alianzia from nowhere. Kwa hivyo wape heshima yao.
Lakini Yona, angekuja niambie anataka pesa for his business.
No. Your father acknowledged the son he had lost. And if he thought so, that is his property. I'm not saying that, until I see the will, I'm not saying that he has the right to anything. But you yourself, you have confirmed that alitajwa kwa will, na kuna mali imetajwa kwake.
Of which it was a surprise to me.
Unajua hata babako angeniandikia mimi kwa hiyo will yako, you could have come to challenge it that I don't get, but still I would have a right, sababu it was his way. Sababu he's the one who knows how he got there. Maybe I was part of his making, or maybe I was an inspiration to him. So the reason why he picked on giving him part and share of the property, it was juu yake, ni jasho yake. Kuna watu wako na right to property. Ama the estate of the late. The husband, the wife, the first family, the offsprings like you. But also, if I put somebody in the will and you don't know him, you can only challenge it, but he has also a way to say, excuse me, I appear in the will and I have a right to this. If at all it will say that I have to get this piece of land, let it be. So I don't see why you're so bitter and fighting to the nail ati si ndugu yako na nini.
Yes, Yona.
Huyu ni uchoyo inamsumbua.
Yona, unaona nilikwambia ni kama huyu akili yake iko na
Wewe mko mcho, acha atumwagie generosity, sema.
Mimi kenye najua, ona wakati waliweka vitu kwa will, hadi wakasema mimi mwenyewe nafaa kupata share. Huyu na security zake ameenda kagard properties zote ndio nisiweze kuingia hata kupata.
But I'll refer both of you as Mr. Mwanyi in the respect of your father's name. Sasa wewe kwani unataka kuingia kwa zote? Si kuna ile ilitajwa and I think that's exactly what you're claiming.
Hizo zenye zilitajwa ndio najaribu kusema. Yeye alikuwa ameenda kaweka nini security.
Amekukataza access
what siwezi.
But you know you also holding yourself back because if at all he's mentioned in the will, you can't execute that will without his approval as well. Lazima atasign mahali kusema amekubali whatever is being done. Kwa hivyo hata if you hold na hata nyumba kwa ilikuwa imeandikwa iko yake, even if you hold it for 10 years, siku ile itasemekana ukweli hiyo nyumba inafaa kwa yake, utamrudishia hizo pesa. Akwa it was out for rent, utamrudishia hizo pesa za hiyo miaka yote. So you're also holding yourself because of your greed. Lakini
yoona, hata kama ni wewe, mtu mwenye hawezi hata run restaurant anaacha mayai inaoza.
Order. Sasa, it is not part of this court or it was not part of the case. Lakini sasa nataka uniambie mayai imeoza ulipata wapi?
Kuna siku uiona nimepitia hapo karibu na restaurant. Mimi nasikia watu wana complain.
Unapitia na hata hujai kuwa mteja.
Mayai kila saa inaoza mpaka unashindwa. Mtu mwenye hata hawezi chunga restaurant yake.
So did you ever visit your brother before?
Siwezi, nilikuwa na
hajawahi.
Ukipita ukienda wapi? Lakini my friend, I had some respect for you. I feel you're a person who can get busy and focus. So unaenda kusikiza rumors za watu kule mayai imeoza.
Unaona hata wewe unaweza pita mahali hata
hapana.
Si ati anaweza pita. Wewe hujaipita.
Lazima ikuwe within my place of my place of work or somewhere I have a reason to be there.
Unaona, nilikuwa naendesha gari yangu. Alafu nasikia watu wana complain.
Ngoja. Unaendesha gari bado
na bado nasikia
mayai utasikia.
Jaba, relax. Hey, your story ya mayai tuache yenyewe. It's not coming through. It's not making sense. You're driving, but you still have time. What's going on? Anyway. So apart from Mayakuoza, and you never knew him as your brother there before.
Yes, Your Honor.
What else? What else do you wish to tell this court that you think that he is not worthy getting what you think he was supposed to get?
I think the basic of this is that I never knew him. Mtu hatujai patana. Sasa hata kama kwa will.
Okay, but excuse me, son. I've just told you something, and I don't know why you are trying to ignore that line after. I've just give you something based on the law of the land. It's your father's property. It's your father's will. Yes, why did you have to know him? It's your father's business. You have no right whatsoever. You might challenge it, but if your father did think that he was worth or he was a son, you can't say that you don't think. Maybe you do a DNA, but still. What about if he was adopted by your father?
Okay, Your Honor, you know sometimes in life there is a pain that you face through. All that time, hiyo siku zote my father when he was old and he was ailing from the heart attacks of the blood pressure, this man here, he has never showed up all that time. Ndio maana niko na maswali mbili kwake. Okay, assuming that Kenya amesema ni kweli.
Niko maswali ya heshima. Ukiuliza swali ya kipuzi huyu mtu tuweke ndani kidogo apumzike.
Exactly.
You know, okay, assuming that all that he's saying is true. I have two questions for him. One question. All that time ulikuwa wapi? All that time. The second question. How comes unakuja kutokea when my dad is dead and then time alikuwa alive you're nowhere to be found? Nowhere. Hauko unaonekana? Jibu.
Your Honor, I won't answer anything. I won't answer any nonsense of you.
Order.
Nobody.
You are a nobody. You are just riding on my father's sweat.
Order. Young Mumanyi, he said he'll ask a question. You said you'll answer. Now, then you go to a point of you can't answer. I wish I would be answering for you, but I'm not your lawyer. So now, you answer him. You said you'll answer. I want to hear you answer.
Kwanza niko na swali nataka nimuulize.
Jibu swali. Ulipouliza swali, kwanza jibu utauliza zako baadaye.
Okay. Mimi nataka sema the people he called his parent, they threw me on the street when I was 3 months old. If I was not even picked by Mrs. Wambugu and her husband, who took me as their own child. Lakini, after that, nikikuja kutafuta mali, yeye mwenyewe anaanza kunitishia. Na mimi nataka niseme, hiyo vitu zote zenye nilikuwa nikifanya. Nakumbuka mpaka nikiwa 24 years ndio nikaambiwa wewe, sasa babako ni huyu na amekuwa akifanya hivi na hivi. Sasa mimi nilikuja gundua kumbe hakuwa economically stable. Ndio maana walikuwa wamenitupa. So wakati nilikuwa nimekuja kufuatilia mali, ndio babangu akakuja kuniambia nikuje nione familia. Nikamwambia no, kwa sababu ni kama betrayal to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Wambugu.
That makes a lot of sense. Are you answered? To me, I'm happy with the answer.
Okay.
It makes a lot of sense. He didn't see the reason to keep following a man who abandoned him at that early time. I would have said the same. That's why I said I have my answer, but I want to hear from him. He was left out as a child. He has no love for this person. He's my father, but hell, I don't even know him. So I feel you. I know what you're talking about. I can try to imagine. And your answer is quite on point. So I can agree the reason why you didn't go to visit the old man. Maybe you have bitterness from the past, the way he abandoned you. Also, the reason why you didn't go for the funeral, I can understand. At first you had told me you were busy, but that didn't make sense. Like hiyo kusema hiyo kutishiwa maisha ilikuwa imefanya uingize baridi. No, well, that hiyo naenda kubali. So you had a question for him? You said?
Yes.
Go ahead.
If he claims hakuwa amewahi niona, then nataka nimuulize, why are you keeping the records of whom my father met?
Okay, to your surprise, yes, I did. You see, my father all that time when he was ailing from the high blood pressure, the whole family kept an eye on him.
If they
No, wait, order. Just a minute, please. You just lost me somewhere. I need to get back, and you need to explain this well. Oh, did you ever meet him before your father's death, or before the will was to be read?
Tulipatana before. Ndio.
Na nimekuuliza mlipatana kwa nyumba, mlikupatana kwa mzee. Did your old man ever introduce you to each other, like meet each other?
Aliniambia.
Alikuambia?
Yes.
Hiyo mkukutana. Na siku ile mlikutana alikuintroduce? Ama hukuwahi muona?
Yeah, sikuwahi muona.
Sasa hiyo kukutana ni kuwahi muona. Si kuambiwa ati kuna mtu pale alafu unasema mlikutana. Got it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you never met prior to your father's death, and let's say until the will was read. Okay. You didn't have any reason to go look for the old man because you had your own reasons. Any other question to each other before I make my decisions?
I want to say that if you kept such an hawk eye on people who my father met, then I must say then you failed as a son, because if you didn't realize he was having a close relationship with his own real son.
Okay, sasa wewe umekuwa lecturer, umejua kupass.
Tulisema tutumie punchline za power. Vitu zinatuletea faida kwa hii kesi, si mambo ya nini ya put each other down using rude language.
Okay, Your Honor, with all due respect, he's calling me a failure.
Well, yeah, because if you say that you're keeping a record of everybody your father was meeting, nilisema sitaki support yako nikiongea. Sioni why you should not have known that he was meeting your father. Then your record was faulty. Some of your father's associates or meetings you never recorded them. You can't say that you knew everybody your father was meeting. You said you were in town, your father was up country.
Yes, Your Honor.
So you can't just put your hands in the fire and say that I knew everybody my daddy was meeting.
You know, the reason as to why I'm saying I'm not a failure. You see,
no, we never said exactly a failure. Is into the aspect of that file keeping or record keeping of who meets your father. Amenda dukani amekutana na watu 10 leo. You failed when you didn't know that your brother met your father at a point or another.
Yes. You failed.
That makes you happy, doesn't it?
Okay, you see, Your Honor, I sit at an office running international multiple businesses.
So?
Well,
Which belongs to your father?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I'm not a failure.
Oh,
Then
no, you never got it. Now it's time you're going to prove yourself a failure. I said you failed in the aspect of keeping you said you knew everybody your father was meeting.
Yes.
But you didn't know he was meeting your brother. That's where you failed. You are the most successful man in the business world, in the academic world, but that one of the record keeping, that's where you failed. We're not saying in everything.
I'm even shocked.
We are not even doubting where you sit or who you are. Okay? Mumanyi is a name, I can say I've ever heard it before. It's known. So we are not saying that you're a failure, like a failure. We just said on that aspect you failed. Got it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so apart from sitting in the international boards and everything, presenting the family of your father, is that why you are bitter that a man who never worked for your father is come to eat the cake?
Yes, because this man here alikuwa na restaurant peke yake. Unaona? So labda
How sure are you? How sure are you restaurant peke yake?
Ndio maana Yona nilisema
hiyo ndio hata mimi naweza sema juu mimi nasikia tu kiongejwa restaurant.
Yeah.
Lakini si kuna maploti zilikuwa zimeindicatiwa kwa will?
Ati?
Na alinitishia.
Tulikuwa tunaongea juu zako. Si zenye ziko.
Mimi niko na restaurant sijakata.
So what were you saying about his restaurant?
Yes, his restaurant. Okay, I'm sorry to say but ili fail kwa sababu ya pandemic. But sasa bali kuja
wait.
Ulifanya uchunguzi.
Wait, order. Pandemic la failure restaurant yake inakuhusu vipi?
Okay, I'm going to that, Your Honor. The reason as to why I'm saying because
yes.
the fail.
I hope it makes sense. I'm listening.
Ndio maana alikuja na kuclaim na kunitafuta. Mimi angekuja niambie nataka check, ningemwandikia check na aende zake.
Young man, you are better than that. You're not that ignorant. So umetoka tu kusema kwa will uliona jina yake.
Yes, that time kwa will, saya will. But sasa hiyo time nyingine ndio
time gani nyingine? Si umesema umekutana naye kwanza siku ya will?
Yes, Your Honor.
He was called to come and sit in the listening of the will reading because he was there. He was implicated. His name appears. Na mzame with kitu. Kwa hivyo mzee wako alimuita kwa hiyo meza, si wewe. Na kwa either alifail ama nini, hakuwa anakuletea shida zake. Hakuwa anataka cheki yako. Yeye aliitiwa kitu which somebody felt he had a right to.
Lakini
does it do that with you?
Nini?
Wewe chaibandika. You just nini? Wewe ulikuwa unataka aseme nini?
Si ninajua Kenya alikuwa anataka kusema.
Yaani unajua ile ngoma ya unakichaa, unaniita ngame mwenda wazimu inafaa kwa yake. Akili yake iko na uji katikati imechanganishana na
imeanza matusi.
Order hiyo imetoka wapi?
Sababu ajielewe Yona.
Wewe umejielewa?
Mimi najielewa
na hiyo story ya kitu imetoka wapi kotini?
Sababu wako nayo.
Order kijana, please. Usitake niseme upumzike kidogo upate break ndio uweze kuangalia history vizuri. So please don't use a bad language towards somebody. We don't insult in this case. We don't put each other down. We come here to look for the truth and justice. Do you have anything you want to say to your brother or anything you wish to tell this court?
Mimi Kenya nataka niambie Mr. Kalebia ajue ya kwamba before mzazi akufe father tulikuwa na relationship. Kwa sababu nimekuwa nikimtafuta 8 years ago. Lakini yeye wakati nikienda yeye ndio hiyo amenifichia. Siwezi ingia. Hadi plot yenye ilikuwa imewekwa kuna yenye ilikuwa Malindi. Yenye ilikuwa inafani yangu. Amerent anapata pesa.
Au sijalio tulisema kwa imeandikwa ni yako. Hata kweli ni after 100 years watoto wako watapewa na atalipa kila kitu. So I also wish to say something. There's a little controversy or contradiction in your side. You say you didn't go to see your old man because you're bitter that he deserted you at an early age. You didn't follow his death because you're afraid the family would come against you. And yet now you're saying ulikuwa unatafuta mzee wako for the last 8 years. Were you just looking for him ujue yuko pale and that's it ama were you looking for him to have a relation?
No, nilikuwa nataka tujuane hata kama alikuwa ametupa, nilikuwa nataka nielezee kila kitu. Because
alikuelezea na maana ukarudi ukamtoka baada. Alikuelezea kwanza? Did he ever explain anything to you?
Yes.
Hataka kuambia sababu ya kukutupa.
So alinielezea kila kitu.
Vile ulipotea ama vile ulitupwa?
Venye nilitupwa. So after
you know, it's sad the way you put it, ulitupwa. Yani, I'm trying to figure out. Ulitupwa ama mlipoteleana?
Alinitupa. I was abandoned on street.
Nakaa tu kutupwa.
Order. Waenda kutupa ndani. Hii mambo kutupa umependa kutupwa sana na kutupa ndani. Wachana na ndugu yako. I'm handling it. Hii ni yangu. So you still insist baba wako alikutupa?
Yes.
Have you gone for counseling ama any kind of, so that you may forgive your father or something? Have you ever spoken to somebody openly and like, because it's so ugly the way you keep putting alikutupa. That means there's a sense of bitterness in you.
Wakati tulikuwa tukiongea after kunielezea, mimi nilielewa kila kitu.
Na maana ukijai msamea mpaka sababu unalia kutupwa.
Juu ili niumiza.
Kama hujamsamea?
Nilimsamea.
Basi usiongea, ilisha. When you forgive, you just let go. We can't keep reflecting on the same. Sindio?
Yes.
We outgrow things. So, anything else you wish to say to your brother or tell this court?
Mimi nataka tu koti ya Muru anipe mali yenye iliandikwa. Yeah.
Okay.
Usianze kunitishia. Juu hata yeye hakuna familia.
And?
Na mimi pia niko na shughuli zangu nafaa nishughulikie.
And
so akinipea mali mimi niko sawa.
Kwa hivyo familia yake imetoka wapi? Ati hata yana familia.
Nasema
What is his family? Pardon?
Sinasema hata yeye pia hakuna vitu zake, hakuna issue zake na familia yenye anashughulikia. Mimi pia niko na zangu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's about it with you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. As for you, what is your closure? What is your take to this?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mimi Kenya na Zambia, my brother here.
Thank you for calling your brother.
Now you call me your brother.
Wewe si umesema umemaliza? I'm happy. That is a good one. That's a good one. Yes.
Let him know that mali kama umejua uko na mali mahali, usikuje ni kama unanipiga vita. Sababu mimi mwenye nimekuwa na hiyo mali kutoka mwanzo na kuonesha huwezi pata.
Kwani alianza vita kivipi? Alikupiga vita kivipi?
Hiyo mambo ya kuja hapa Abrat kunileta kotini na bado hatujaeka vitu on board. The reason as to why baka unaona mpaka hajakuja na
by the way, did you ever try to approach your brother, or did you go back to the law firm that the will was read kusema or the administrator doesn't want to execute the will as written?
After will ilisomwa, nakumbuka kuna wakati nilienda nikamapproach. Nikamwambia will indicate hii na hii na hii na hii. Lakini after
ulimwambia?
After kumwambia hizi vitu
zote. What was his response?
Alikuwa anakaa hataki kunishughulikia. Na nilijua tu vizuri.
What was his response? Alikwambia sitaki hiyo story, alikwambia tutaangalia.
Aliniambia nisiwahi kuona hapa.
Yaona the reason as to why nilimwambia hivyo. Mtu anakuja kwa mali, yes. Lakini anakuja ni kama na fujo.
Na fujo vipi?
Fujo gani?
Anakuja akisema anataka hii mali.
Alikuja na Subaru nini?
Anakuja akisema anataka hii mali, anataka hii nini. That's why nilimwambia. That's why alipata nimeka.
Lakini yenye alikuwa alitisha ni ile imeandikwa kwa will ni yake.
Yes, lakini pia unakuja na heshima.
Kwa nini? Akwa ni yake, maybe you're holding it too long.
Mimi nilikuwa nataka akae na nini kwanza hapo kwa restaurant.
Nikae na
hapo kwa restaurant kidogo.
So you're holding him right.
Ndio
kweli wewe yule mbaya. Yaani unataka ndugu yako a hold up or down. Unajua wewe uendelee kuogelea kwa mali. Na si yako ni ya baba yenu.
Yona, unajua hata ukiwa na haja ya kwenda kwa choo inaanzanga mali. Unaona Yona. Kwa hivyo sasa kama ako na haja ya kuchukua mali fulani, haizi kuja hivyo na kierere.
Hata yetu ilianza mahali.
Hapana. Wewe umeisema, wewe ndio umeleta mambo ya choo hapa. Kuna saa ukiingia kwa choo unataka tu kufanya biashara yako ile imekupeleka huko. Sasa pengine biashara yake ni teketeke.
Sasa hiyo teketeke labda alikuwa amezoea kwa restaurant.
Na pia utaizoea kuenda nayo. You can't hold somebody else's property like that. It has to be what it was said. Hata amechelewa, he should have followed it mapema sana. Anyway, I've heard you. Anything else you wish to add?
Sina kitu kingine.
Excuse me. So, I've heard you both. And this case is simple. It's as simple as it can ever be. There was a will.
Yes, sir.
Should you have come to court challenging it, then it would have been a little difficult. You could have done a little investigation. But as long as he was put in the will, he has a right. He has a right. Mnasi ati wewe umenyimwa akapewa. Unajua kuna ile mtu anaonanga this is not right. The sharing is not right. But I think your father was a very good man. Yes, that he thought of his son they had lost relation, and after God blessed him to be where he got to be, may his soul rest in peace. He remembered to award him, reward him for, no, it's not a reward because he did nothing, but at least you did be a son. Well, he remembered to bequeath him something. I won't say, I will say what my decision here is, let the will be executed as written by the late. Since it's not that it's pushing you too much away from, I believe you still have a good share. Or you have anything against your share?
Oh, yeah.
You're happy with your share if you get it?
Yes, sir.
So the will should be executed as soon as possible. You, as the administrator, should follow up. So all the affidavits are supposed and stated by the law. You should give your brother. But next time you come to court, people, carry evidence, carry witnesses, have a way to make your case strong. You don't just come and stand there and you can tell me anything. I don't have anything to look at. I don't have anybody to hear from you to support your case. But anyway, we will work with what is here today. If you doubt, come back to this court with a will. Okay? It was your father's will, which he wrote and signed, if he did, that your brother should get a share. So there is no need of DNA or any further investigation. For the reason he did, he knows better himself. If he was an adopted son or whatever the case, your father knew better. But as long as your father did, indicated in the will as a beneficiary, so he will get what was supposed to be his. The will to be executed as soon as possible. I don't want to hear this case here again. Nataka muende na mjue nyinyi mandugu. Hii mali baba yenu amewatafutia. You didn't work for it. You didn't work for it. Hii mliangukia. Wengine wetu hata hiyo will tunaulizanga tunaambia hata babako akuona karatasi. Wacha hiyo unasema mliandika.
Mimi hata sikatai. Akiamua kunipea ni sawa.
Well, he has reasons. He works with your father all through and you are not there. Kwa hivyo wewe nikao kuja kukula. But also he has reasons. He was not there. He was left in the streets. He's done his suffering. Amelipa time yake way before. So I think you people, what you should be doing is look for the better side. You are family. You are one blood. Mjaribu muwe na good relation. We are human. Hii ulipata hapa mo uliangukia na utaiwacha. Utaiwacha. So please, love each other and respect each other. You are just lucky that you're born into a family where the daddy had something. And it's so ugly that always we fight for what we find. Yet wale sisi hatuna kitu tunapendana tu. Wale mko nanyi mnapigana badala mketi mkule pamoja mpendani. Please, let's observe some love for the family. You start with the family and end with the family. He's your father's produce or product, so I think I've made my decision. Will execute, right?
Okay.
Everybody, hey, order! Everybody happy?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good, I'm happy too. Good day, court. This court is a